We have yet to see the start of the full spring sale over on Xbox. However, Team Green are giving us a sneak peek sale this week. Today, I have covered about 15 games or so in this entire list, and some of them are at mind-blowing price points. Before we begin though, don't forget to enter our free Xbox game giveaway, which I host on these videos every single Wednesday. All you have to do is comment below and let me know what you've been playing on Xbox this week, or just anything that tickles your pickle. Last week, the developers of Songs of Silence gave me a couple of codes to give away, so congrats to the 2 comments on screen now. Just hit me up on our awesome Discord server and I'll get those games right over to you. With that out the way, my name is Fletcher, this is Xbox Nation, and let's dive right into the awesome deals coming your way. First up, you can step into the role of Star-Lord and lead the galaxy's most dysfunctional crew in this vibrant single-player action-adventure. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy features a hilarious and heartfelt original story told through cinematic cutscenes, player choices, and endless banter between different characters. This game was so overshadowed by the disappointing Marvel's Avengers, but Guardians of the Galaxy is absolutely incredible. The combat here lets you command each Guardian mid-battle, really creating dynamic combos and strategies on the fly. As you journey though across bizarre alien worlds, you'll unlock new outfits, uncover different parts of the lore, and navigate moral decisions that affect how your teammates actually view you. With its witty writing and killer 80s soundtrack, this is one you have to dive into. It's now just £8.99 at 85% off this week, and it's a standout superhero adventure with tons of personality. Few horror games out there feel as intimate and disturbing as Ad Infinitum. This is a psychological thriller that drops you into the fragmented mind of a World War I soldier. Set across surreal, nightmarish landscapes shaped by trauma, it really blurs the lines between reality and memory. You'll explore crumbling trenches, haunted estates, and distorted visions while solving different puzzles and also evading some horrific manifestations. The game's pace here is very slow but methodical, with an emphasis on atmosphere and emotional weight rather than some cheap scares. Environmental storytelling really adds another layer of depth here, with diary entries, relics, and hidden symbols for you to discover. There's also multiple endings and branching choices that add tons of replayability to this awesome harrowing experience. At its lowest price ever at just £6.24, this is a deeply haunting gem for fans of cerebral horror. At its lowest price yet, at just £13.74, you can pick up South Park Snow Day, and I really can't recommend it enough at this price point. This game actually trades the 2D paper cutouts of Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole for a 3D mayhem in a wild court brawler packed with foul-mouthed fun. You of course will join Cartman and his crew in a snow-covered apocalypse-style playground where spells, swords, and snowballs actually collide. You can customize your class here, build different loadouts, and upgrade your powers to fit your own playstyle as you mow down some bizarre enemies. The game does also support up to 4 players, adding tons of replayability and chaos to every single mission. Cutscenes and writing though really do stay true to the show's tone, and thankfully really delivers some laugh out loud moments. It also features seasonal content updates and community challenges to keep things interesting, and it's well worth diving into these days. It's time to serve the public trust in RoboCop Rogue City, a gritty and faithful shooter set in the dark dystopian streets of old Detroit. I know I may have mentioned this game before in previous sales videos, but this week the base game itself is now down to an extremely good price of just under £10. Of course, in this one you will play as the iconic lawman himself in a storyline that bridges the films, featuring explosive gunplay, methodical pacing, and more decisions that influence the outcome of your cases. You'll be blasting through gang hideouts, scanning different crime scenes, and taking part in side missions that actually flesh out the city's underbelly. Environmental interactions and detailed upgrades give the gameplay so much more flexibility than ever expected though. There is really authentic voice acting in this experience, and references to the original films that add so much nostalgia for longtime fans. Many of us out there really harken on about how awesome this game actually is, and I cannot recommend it enough. Now, you can embark on your own magical journey in Hogwarts Legacy. This one is set in the Wizarding World's rich past. You'll be creating your very own students, get sorted into a house, attend your classes, and explore a sprawling open world teeming with secrets, magical beasts, and some dark forces. The Digital Deluxe Edition though includes some exclusive dark arts content like themed gear, a Thiestraw mount, and of course a challenging battle arena. The customization in this game really does run deep, from different potion brewing and spell trees to upgrade your gear, and also decorating your own room of requirements. The game also includes tons of side quests tied to each house, and also a morality system that subtly shifts dialogue and world events. If you are a Harry Potter fan, then there's no other game like this on the market. With stunning visuals and a story that lets you forge your own legacy, it's one of the most immersive RPGs in this genre. At £18.74, a massive 75% off this week, this is a great chance to live out your wizarding fantasy. The Serpent Rogue is one game you may never have heard of before, but it really offers a brooding, alchemy-driven adventure where knowledge and experimentation are your greatest tools. In this one though, you'll play as the Warden, a cloaked figure who manipulates nature and uncovers ancient secrets to purify a land plagued by corruption. You will be able to craft potions, tame different wild creatures, and restore order as you interact with a living world that reacts to your choices. The game's visual style here though is very minimalist, yet very atmospheric, combining muted tones with strange and magical designs. There's also a quiet, almost meditative tone to the entire gameplay, but moments of combat and survival will really keep you on your toes. At 90% off and only £1.60 this week, it's a haunting little indie that rewards patience and curiosity. It is a hidden gem on my own personal Xbox library, and I cannot recommend it enough. Before we dive into the remaining games today, I am running a promotion in collaboration with Xbox for the launch of the Minecraft movie until the end of April. If you head over to my website xboxnation.co.uk and upon purchasing Minecraft or any mine coins, you will get a free item that you can see on screen now. Again, this is only until the end of April, so make sure you click the link below to check it out. Any purchase also gives the channel a small kickback, and it's always incredibly appreciated. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive back into the remaining games. Set in a mystical version of 17th century North America, Banishers Ghost of New Eden follows two spirit hunters, Red and Antea, as they confront ghosts and the heavy cost of their duty. Their bond here is central to the overall narrative, and your choices shape both their fates and lives of those who they aim to protect. The game seamlessly looks to blend real-time combat with morally complex decisions and supernatural detective work. You'll be switching between characters here, using their combined powers in battles and also investigations. The world here is so richly detailed, and the emotional story really does hit hard. There are tons of additional side quests as well that offer deeper lore and branching consequences, giving added weight to each choice you make. This is one of my top 5 games of the last year, and at 50% off and down to just £25, is definitely one that you need to dive into. Hotwheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged was on Xbox Game Pass, but left only a couple of weeks ago, but it's now on sale for a staggering discount for this week. This one of course amps up the toy racing action with insane tracks, vertical loops, and a revamped roster of over-the-top vehicles. It did actually build on the strengths of the original game, but this sequel introduced us to new terrains, vehicle classes, and also unique power-ups that spice up every single race. Whether you're taking on the AI in career mode or battling friends online, the adrenaline here really never lets up. There are a lot of new campaign challenges, stunt-based objectives, and seasonal events that brought us so much more replay value than the original entry. There are some gorgeous and bright visuals alongside a really fun physics engine, and it's easily one of the most accessible arcade races out on the market. It is now just £6.74, and that really is a staggering discount for such a content-rich and fun experience. Blasphemous drops you into a cursed world of Cystodia, where grotesque monsters and religious horrors lurk around every single corner. In this one, you'll play as the Pentient One, a silent warrior armed with a deadly sword and a mission of redemption. This 2D action platformer though fuses Souls-like difficulty with cool Metroidvania exploration, really encouraging you to uncover different shortcuts, secret areas, and also lore through some cryptic items and NPCs. The art direction here really leans into that grim pixel art aesthetic, while the atmospheric soundtrack really deepens the overall dread. Several free DLCs have also expanded the overall experience, adding so many more bosses and brutal trials. Unique abilities also unlocked throughout relics and prayers allow for so many creative combat strategies and mobility, and honestly it really blew my mind. At 75% off, it's the perfect time to dive into this brutal and beautiful indie gem. In a future where immortality is bought, murder still finds a way, and it's actually your job to investigate it. Nobody Wants to Die puts you in the shoes of Detective James Kara in a cyberpunk New York that's actually teetering between morality and technological progress. With crime scene reconstructions, time-freezing scanning, and moral decision-making, it delivers such a unique detective experience with so many layered storytelling elements. The visual fidelity is top tier in this game, with detailed character models and cinematic presentation. The branching dialogue also adds weight to every interaction, and subtle clues along with side narratives deepen the overall world building and invite multiple playthroughs. It's now 50% off this week and just down to £10, and this is the lowest price yet and a fantastic deal for fans of narrative-heavy sci-fi thrillers. Now, as my highlight for this week and 80% off, this really is the best way to jump into a surprisingly rich and creative action RPG known as Steel Rising. This game really offers a steampunk spin on the French Revolution, where you will control Aegis, a deadly automaton fighting against the King's mechanical forces. The Bastille edition bundles in some additional quests, some extra weapons and cosmetics to deepen your adventure through alternate history Paris. Combat here is very deliberate but stylish, blending Souls-like mechanics with fast, evasive movement. Each area is also filled with secret upgrades and lore entries that reward exploration. Visually, it is an incredible treat though, capturing that grandeur and grime of 18th century France, but with incredible flair. Weapon variety from fans to halberds really adds so much flexibility to how you approach every single fight. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a lover of Souls-like games, especially similar in the way to the excellent Liza P. You can finally step into the power armor of Captain Titus in Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, where galactic war takes center stage. The gold edition is the one that I'm highlighting this week, as it comes with some nice cosmetic packs, a season pass, and so much more, giving you the overall complete experience, and it's down to a fraction of its price and the best price that we've ever seen. This time, the stakes in this game are so much higher, as you're battling the terrifying Tyranids and chaos in cinematic large-scale fights that still stay on my mind until this very day. The combat mixes chainsword brutality with bolted fire, and every encounter feels very weighty and intense. The environments here are so much bigger than the original entry, whilst the co-op expands how you wage war in operations mode, and also PvP comes in with some excellent online multiplayer. At 35% off, I have to stress that this is the lowest price point yet, and a killer deal for any Warhammer fan or action shooter lover. MotoGP 24 hits the gas with its most feature-packed release yet, delivering a hyper-realistic motorcycle racing experience. From adaptive AI that actually learns how you ride, to dynamic weather systems that shift mid-race, it keeps every lap just unpredictable. The career mode here introduces new mid-season team changes and also rivalries that give the season such an evolving narrative feel. You can also personalize your own gear, tweak your bike's performance, and take on players worldwide through the competitive multiplayer. There are real-time penalties here, tyre wear management, and enhanced physics that bring so much depth to the overall simulation. You may be thinking though, Fletch, MotoGP 25 comes out towards the end of this month, and you are correct, but if you want some awesome motorcycle racing right now, then this is a good way to start out. It is a large 85% off and down to just £9, and for me, it's a low price of entry to get your feet wet for this franchise. Akimbot really is a flashy, fast-paced third-person action platformer, where you step into the bolts of X, a sarcastic robot on a mission to blast through an AI-run galaxy. By no means is this game ever going to win any awards, but if you just want a fun run-and-gun experience, it's well worth that small price tag. You will go around with dual pistols, rocket jumps, and so much more, and the game never lets up on that colourful chaos. Levels in this game though are packed with tons of hidden secrets, collectibles, and comical enemy encounters, really channeling the energy of early 2000s platformers. The game also includes boss rush modes, time trials, and character skins for you to unlock, keeping progression exciting, and that's only scratching the surface of all of the content. At 50% off and now down to just £8, it's the lowest price since its launch, and is well worth a look at for fans of retro-style action games. Biomutant is a wild mix of martial arts combat, mutant powers, and open world exploration, and it's all wrapped up in a very vibrant post-apocalyptic setting. In this one, you will play as a customizable creature who crafts weapons, forms alliances, and decides the fate of the world through different dialogue choices and more decisions. The real-time combat system lets you fluidly blend melee, ranged, and elemental attacks while exploring some lush landscapes filled with quirky creatures and lore. A dynamic karma system and branching storylines though really keeps things fresh on repeat playthroughs. Additional side missions, tribe wars, and environment-based puzzles really expand the gameplay beyond the main quest. At its lowest price ever, at just £8.74 and now 75% off this week, this is a great time to give it a shot. So, what deal is your favourite from this week's Xbox Spring Sale preview? Let me know down below, and don't forget to enter our weekly Xbox game giveaway. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Xbox content every single day. Whilst here though, why don't you check out the video on screen now, as I covered 14 brand new Xbox and Game Pass games that were just announced over the last week.